Aisle seat or window?
Window.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Mornings or nights?
Mornings.
Would you rather time travel to the past or the future?
Pass.
If you weren't a basketball player, what would you be doing?
Maybe volleyball.
What advice would you give to your younger self if you could?
Start shooting threes earlier.
Mm. And what's the best mistake to ever happen to you?
It's a hard one. Uh, it's not a mistake, but I think like originally I wasn't going to go to UConn. I wanted to go to a different school, and so ending up there though was like really great for my career, and I loved my time there.
Beautiful. And what's something that might be on your bucket list?
I really want to travel to Egypt to see the pyramids.
Ooh, I'm sure it's beautiful. And what's the one surprising thing that always makes you happy?
When actually, this is so random, but I was thinking about in the airport, like when they have groups of people singing like around a piano or someone's playing, like it just makes me smile every time I pass them.
I've always wanted to see one and I've never experienced that moment. So I'm happy that you have.
Oh yeah.
So thank you for answering those. Now to get into some of the deeper ones, congratulations on such an incredible year. What would you say is the biggest challenge and highlight of helping the Minnesota Lynx reach the WNBA Finals this season?
The highlight was just the team. This was my favorite team that I've ever been on. Just we were so close. It felt like a college team. A lot of times in the professionally, like you have people from a lot of different age groups and generations and backgrounds, and you're coming in and out of teams, so you might not get as close as you do like in college. But from the beginning, we just really clicked. We were hanging out all the time, and our chemistry really translated to on the court, so that was really fun. And the biggest challenge, I think, just as anybody, just like staying consistent throughout the year and fighting through injuries, those kind of things.
And now, as the saying goes, you're true to this, not new to this. You've won 2 Olympic gold medals playing in the Tokyo 2020 and Paris 2024 Olympic Games. These are major accomplishments. But how did the experience in Paris shape you as an athlete, as a person? And how would you say it might differ from the 2020 games when you were there?
It was a lot different because 2020 was COVID, so there was no fans. So being able to celebrate with my family was really special. This time, obviously, I had my daughter there, so just seeing her in the stands was awesome, and like experiencing that, she won't remember, but like the pictures and the memories that the rest of us made were really fun. And it's always just really cool to play with 11 other best athletes in the world. Just seeing their daily schedules and how they prepare for games and being able to play with them. So that was a really cool experience.
Beautiful. And both the WNBA Finals and the Olympic Games, they demand teamwork and leadership. How do you approach leading and supporting your teammates in high pressure moments like those?
I think you have to just know your teammates, like get to know them, what their learning styles are, what they respond to. And so in the past, like have tried to lead by example, but the past couple of years, especially through my Minnesota team, I've tried to grow in the verbal aspects of leadership. So again, just using those tools where some people you can talk to them in front of the team, or some people like to be pulled aside. Some people you can be more stern with. Some people you have to just learning their learning styles. I think makes a really good leader.
So you're the founder of Unrivaled, a new 3-on-3 league for WNBA players set to launch in January 2025. So congratulations on that as well. But what inspired you to create the league, and what impact do you hope it will have on the future of women's basketball?
So we created the league for a couple of reasons. My co-founder, Brianna Stewart, we've both been in the league for a number of years. And I think just through that, you kind of see what works and what doesn't, where the holes are. Traditionally, especially, not these past couple of years, but before, players would have to go straight overseas to supplement their income. So first of all, the toll that takes on your body is a lot. You're playing full year round. But you're also, missing holidays with your family, you're missing being home. And then also brand building is so important to athletes now. That's where we make most of our money, is off the court. And so when you are overseas, essentially your branding goes dark. And so through all that, we kind of came up with Unrivaled. And so through that, you have the best athletes playing against each other. So you're still getting better. We are super heavy content based. So we're building our brands. And then the other part of that is women's sports is just exploding right now. And it feels like everyone is making money off of that, except for the people who are putting the product on the field or the court or whatever it is. And so we wanted to change that landscape as well. So we're really excited to have everyone in our league have equity, all the players do. And we offer the highest average team salary in women's sports. So we're really excited about that too. So again, just all of those things. We wanted to fill all of those holes that we saw. And so Unrivaled, we felt like was the perfect solution.
Nice. And, you talked about how you were happy to be able to bring, your child with you to the games this year. And that is a beautiful experience. So as a mother, how do you balance the demands of a professional basketball career with raising a family? Do you have any advice for other working moms in sports?
I just am really lucky with my family and my community that I have. I definitely couldn't do it without them. My husband obviously is there, and then my dad has been with us the past 2 summers, taking care of Mila when my husband and I both have to work. So just really lucky in the family that I have, because I would not be able to do it without them.
And so, I did compliment you on the jacket that you're wearing today. You are known as a fashionista, even though I did see in a past interview that you mentioned that you wouldn't really consider yourself one. But how would you describe your personal style, and how does fashion kind of allow you to express yourself off the court?
I think fashion just allows you to have fun, like express your personality. And I have like many different layers to my personality. So I feel like I have a lot of different styles. I like, sporty. I like dressy. I like wearing heels. I like wearing sneakers. So I feel like my style is really fluid, just to like what my mood is that day. So I definitely don't consider myself a fashionista, but I do think fashion is like a beautiful way to express who you are and your personality.
And who have been some of the biggest influences or role models in your life, both on and off the court?
My family for sure. They were my first influences in life, of course, and they continue to be like the people that I go to for any questions that I have. I always joke that like Mila's going to be asking me questions one day, and I'm just going to be asking the same question to my mom to give me the answer to give her. So they were definitely the people that I look up to first, and still. In the basketball world, I would say Kobe is a huge one. I followed him a lot when I was younger, and then got to work with him when I was older and, before his accident. So he was someone that I looked up to in the sports world a lot. And also Maya Moore. We're from the same hometown, went to the same college, and then the same professional team. So it was really fun to kind of follow her career, especially someone from your hometown.
Thank you for sharing. And, what are some of your personal and professional goals for the upcoming year, both as an athlete and as an entrepreneur?
As an entrepreneur, I guess, and athlete, I'm really excited for Unrivaled. It's been, several years in the works. I don't think people really understand like what it's going to be. Everyone is very like anxious and excited to see it, but they don't know half of it, like how cool it's going to be, how in depth the player experience is going to be, just really top notch for everything. So I'm really excited to see that come to fruition. And then also excited for the WNBA season as well. We made a great run last year, and we have, all of our returning starters, plus, waiting for the expansion draft, but most of our team should be coming back. So, I think it's going to be great. We were able to do what we did last year with only being together one season. So expanding on that, I think it's going to be great for us. So I'm excited to see where it takes us.
And, as you continue to break new ground in sports, in advocacy, what legacy do you hope to leave behind, both for your daughter and for the next generation of female athletes?
I hope to leave it better than I found it, especially through Unrivaled. I really feel like we're revolutionizing a lot of aspects of the game. We're doing things that have never been done before. And so I hope that becomes the norm, where players are allowed equity in their sports and they're paid, what they should be paid. So it feels like we're trying to break a lot of barriers in that way. And so I'm hoping that like I said, it just becomes normal in the space where it's not a new thing. And I'm, hoping that it is paying forward or backwards to the generation behind me.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Napheesa. Those were all of our questions. I'm very excited for Unrivaled. 2025 is going to be a great year, continuing to be a great opportunity for women in sports to grow, to prosper, to get the finances that they deserve, the opportunities that they deserve. So thank you for being an advocate for your team members, for women in sports overall. And thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you. Great talking with you.